If you guys want to be in with a chance of winning one of two £25 Xbox or PlayStation gift cards in my April giveaway, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Best of luck and enjoy the video. Hey guys, Etherway here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 3 of my FIFA 19 Trading to a Million Coins series. Today's episode comes at you with a little bit of a twist because it's actually going to be live. I'm going to spend all 30,000 coins I've got on a whole host of players using a variety of methods, and I'm going to explain them all in detail, and you guys will see me picking up every single player in this video. It's something that a lot of you guys seem to have requested from previous videos looking at the comments, and you also seem to want a lot more clarity when it comes to the methods, so I'm going to be explaining them all, showing you guys exactly how I make my coins. But before we get on into that, I want to thank the sponsors of today's video, and that is gamersclass.com. You will find their link down below in the description. They are a service that provide courses helping you to improve at games like FIFA 19, Fortnite, CSGO and others. You can check out the link down below to find out more. And the FIFA 19 courses are actually brought to you by Aga Rosenmeyer, a pro FIFA player. Many of you will probably know him from his YouTube channel, also used to play for #United. And if you use the discount code E2A15 at checkout, you can get yourself some money off the course. You get hours of content showing you exactly how to improve at the game, so I'd recommend it if you're looking to get better at FIFA 19. I'm going to play a quick ad for them, and then we're going to get on into the video.
This course will make you dominate all of your friends. I use quite simple tools in order to do it. Implement some of these tools to your game style and you will start dominating your matches as well. My ambition has evolved to become the most successful FIFA player ever. But another thing is to also share some of my experiences, some of my tips and tricks. Because if other grows, the community will grow, and that is one of my ambitions as well.
The story of this one is whoever loses it will go out of the PGL Cup here in Bucharest. There's the ball inside, there's the equaliser as well!
You can have different game styles, you can have different strengths and weaknesses, so it's very important to customize your very own game style. This formation is super balanced because it allows you to create your own play style, played your way, and that is why so many pro players use it. The formation is just freaking solid. So Mbappe gets it here, and when he thinks that we're actually going to maybe make a La Coqueta there or continue forward, we're going to flick it up to ourselves, do a cheeky Bolasie flick, and make a great volley into the far post. My name is Age, and this is my Gamers Class.
So with all that out of the way, you guys can see here, these are all the players that we sold from the last episode. So we've got 30k to get on into picking up a few players now. And we're going to start off with a method which I like to think of kind of as my bread and butter. I've used this extensively, and it is the Hunter Catalyst Shadow method. It's been my favourite method on Ultimate Team for years now. I've used this from FIFA 14 to the present day, and it really depends. You want to look on the market and just find the lowest buy now for any cards in the Hunter camera style. Now if you see a lot of them for that kind of price there, you want to put it to gold like I'm doing here, and this is where you can then just filter it down so you have basically under a page of players. You want them to be like about 5 players or so. Obviously, like the fewer the better, it makes it easier, but you want to get to a price where you've got a few players on the market but not too many. So this is a good stage here. You're probably wondering, why aren't I trying to snipe for like 1.4k or something? That's because there are going to be lots of good deals that come up for like 1.8 or 1.9k. They're going to be better than someone like this because he's a left back and no one's going to use him. But for like 1.9k, you could have someone like Richarlison maybe pop up, and that would actually be a good deal. So I like to just have a price where I've got a couple of cards on the market, and then I just press compare price and back, so on and so forth. Just keep doing this, and you're going to see cards pop up on the market. Hunter is probably the best just because it's the most valuable camera style. It goes for about 5,000 coins. Players in that camera style are also a lot more expensive. They don't go for 5k more than what they normally go for, but normally you can sell them for about 2 or 3 times their typical selling price when it comes to these cheaper cards, and you make loads and loads of coins on them. People just don't really seem to notice the fact they have that camera style applied sometimes, so list it for the usual selling price of that card and don't really take the camera style into account. So I'm just going to try and just sit here, try and snipe a player. I'm not going to have all of this video live because that would literally take like 2 hours with me picking all the players up. But as soon as I get a deal, you guys will see it. There we go. We've got the first deal of the video. It's a Kramaric for 1.8k. And what I was actually doing was just checking the price of how much these cards were going for. And there really aren't many Hunter Camera style players on the market. I mean, 2.2k, we still had under a page. That's a decent price there for Kramaric. He's an 83 rated player too, so I'm going to send him over to the transfer list, and then I'm just going to quickly check exactly what he's selling for as the lowest by now in that camera style. And there aren't really many players on the market, often you'll find, in these camera styles, so you can kind of just decide what you want to list them for. But the lowest by now here is 3.5k, and we got him for 1.8, so I can list him for maybe like 3.2 or something like that. And that will make me a really nice amount of profit if we do sell them on. So I'll list them up for 3.2k. Always list these types of players for a day. Gives them a much higher likelihood of selling on. And we're going to make about 1.2 to 1.3k profit there after tax. So that's a really, really good deal to start off the video. You can also use this method on bid, and that's what I'm going to try right now. I'm just going to go through and bid on any players that could be decent options. Now, I really never go anywhere near like either bad non-rare cards or just bad cards in general, or like defenders, because with a Hunter Camera style you're looking for attackers. If I'm going for Shadow, I'd look for defenders, maybe like defensive midfielders. I'm not going to look for a striker in the Shadow Camera style, if you guys get what I mean there. You want a camera style that actually suits the player, and no one's going to look up like a centre back in Hunter, because it boosts up their shooting and their pace, and no one needs that boost in shooting. You go for something like a Shadow or maybe an Anchor. But what we're going to try here is just bidding on these types of cards here for a decent price. You've seen that most kind of decent players you can sell for around about like 2 to 3k. The lowest by now was 2.2k, and that was just kind of loads of trashy players. So all these types of cards here, I've got a lot of interesting position changes. I'm just going to go through and bid on them for about, varying on the player, up to like probably some of these will go up to about 4k or so. I will actually check in detail the price of these cards in a moment, and then I can keep a better eye on them that way. So someone like Sterling, I'm probably not going to go near just because he's quite an expensive player, and the Hunter Camera style isn't as useful with those types of players. Like you typically find they don't go for that much more. Same with someone like Firmino, so I'll avoid him. There is one right here in Hunter that's just been listed up for 1.6k. Not just been listed up, he'd been on the market for a fair amount of time and no one had got him. We've got an Arnautovic too, we've got a good deal there. There's a Willian, he's actually going for what he typically goes for, and he's in Hunter for 6k, so I'll pick that one up. Okay, apparently not. We got an Arnautovic, and we also got a Wilfried Zaha. So they were two decent deals, and we've bid on a whole host of players too. So we've got a few cards already coming along, and if I check right now, you'll see on my transfer targets, we've got all these players that we can hopefully win. I will have to keep bidding on a lot of these. I expect to win them, but maybe we can get just like a handful of these. I'd be happy with that, and that will make us loads and loads of coins. We've already got two more players now, so Arnautovic and Zaha, and again I'm going to do the exact same thing and go and check exactly what they're selling for in those camera styles. So Wilfried Zaha, we want to check him as a striker as well, because obviously that's his position here, but that's not his default position. He's normally a centre forward, so you have to obviously position change him. So the lowest by now is about 2.7k, I think. Yeah, 2.7 appears to be the lowest by now in striker and Hunter. And then we can also check on Arnautovic too, and find out exactly what he's selling for, again in striker, but this is obviously his default position. So 4.7, 3.7, looks like 3.7k is the lowest by now. So that's really, really good. That's very, very low given how cheap we got him. What was it, 1.4k I think, which was crazy. So we're going to list this card here for 3.5k, will make me nearly 2,000 coins profit after tax. And this one I'll list for 2.5, and that will make me about 800 coins or so. So far we've got 3 players, all of which will make me some really good coins, all in the Hunter Camera style, and we've got a load more that I can hopefully win on bid. I'm being outbid on a couple of these, but I'm currently winning a batch away with just a few minutes to go, and obviously I can just keep bidding on these cards and try and get them as cheaply as possible. I know the market quite well, so I kind of know what I can sell these cards for roughly. But if you guys aren't fully sure what prices these cards will go for, then obviously you can go and look up someone like Promise, and you'll see what he goes for in Hunter. But I know that given he's an 83 rated card, he'll be able to sell for like 4 to 5k quite easily. So I just want to get him for hopefully under about 3,000 coins. That would be good. Same with Depay, and this one's a position change card down to Cam, and also he's no longer in packs as an 83, so that will add some more value to this card. He typically goes for like 5k anyway, and with that position change and the camera style, he will of course go for even more. So with those types of players there, it's always important that you just kind of keep in mind like any extra position changes, any extra kind of things that have been applied to the player that will add some more value. But we've bid on a few players, and we've got hopefully a couple that we're going to get in not too long. I've been outbid on that Via, but that guy doesn't know what he's doing. I'm gonna leave him to get that card, because 2k for a very, very average player, I mean, you can't really sell him for much more. So glad we missed out on him. And I don't think we've been outbid on anything else. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to win as many of these players as possible and make a load of coins on them. It's the players like Muriel and Lozano that no one really pays attention to, and they just slip under the radar for really low prices, and you can just really quickly flip them and make like 1,000 coins profit, and it's so easy. You can do this with other camera styles too, like Shadow for example. So right here, the lowest by now is 1.5k. We've got a few cards on the market for that kind of price. Again, I'd recommend just bringing it up so that you have just under a page of players on the market, just because when you're using this compare price sniping method, it's going to allow you to stand a better chance of getting more deals. Because if you're just trying to snipe for like 1.4k, you're missing out on loads of players that could potentially be listed for maybe like 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, but there would still be really good deals because the cheapest on the market. Not everything, like obviously anything cheaper than that you'll be able to make coins on, but there are going to be cards that go for a little bit more, but there are still really good deals because often they're going to be better players. So you could easily see, I don't know, maybe someone like John Stones, for example, or Eric Bailly, a more popular player listed with a Shadow camera style, who will go for way more than whatever the cheapest by now on the market is for any player in that camera style. So again, Shadow's really good, Catalyst is fairly decent, Hunter's probably the best in my opinion, Anchor and Hawk are two other camera styles that work well, and again, you can go and bid on these guys as well as sniping. I like to do a mixture of the two, so obviously you've seen that I've put a load of bids on players, and we've currently got all of them going along here, and we're actually about to win the Mishi Batshuayi right here. But at the same time, as I'm waiting for those bids to expire, I also try and snipe cards, and that means you get the best of both worlds and can make even more coins, so that really allows you to maximize your profits. I'm just going to go and pop a few bids on some players in Shadow right now. So we've got a Mendy. I'll go for like 1.5k or so, see if we can maybe get him. With Shadow, you're going to be looking for defenders, so don't go and like start picking up strikers, because no one, like literally no one looks for a striker in the Shadow camera style. It's just unneeded for a player like that. I like to typically just go for kind of lower rated players that don't go for much without the camera style, just because it's easier to get them. So someone like Rabiot, there's no point going for. Even someone like Rabiot, just because he's an 83 rated card, it makes him not particularly good for this. You ideally want to look for people like Guerrero, for example, who are going to be a lot lower rated and can just slip under the radar and go for not many coins at all, and these are the ones that you can easily sell on. So someone like Robertson, Stones, players that typically go for maybe like 1 or 2k that you can get in the camera style are always going to be best. We've been outbid right here on Shaqiri. I'll put another bid on him. We've also been outbid on Promise, but we have managed to pick up Mishi Batshuayi, so that's decent. I'm going to send him right over to the transfer list, and again, you guys have seen what we've done in the past. I want to just go and check exactly what he sells for. So right now, if we can find him, bearing in mind this is the Valencia version, which is quite a lot rarer because he's no longer in packs. Mishi Batshuayi in Hunter is going for, let's quickly check. So there's actually none on the market for under 4.2k at Valencia. I don't know if there are going to be any on the market at all at Valencia. There's probably going to be 1 or 2. There's a Champions League version for 6k. But I can probably sell him for about 3.5k at Valencia, given that card's out of packs, given it's a little bit more expensive. So we're just going to list him up right now. We got him for 1.8k. Going to list him for 3.5. That's going to be really easy coins. Well over 1,000 coins profit. Very easy. And we've still got loads more players there. I'm just going to go and check the prices of a few of these, keep on bidding, and hopefully pick a few up. So now I just have loads of players that I'm bidding on, and I have kind of a maximum price I want to bid on in mind, so I know that I don't really overpay too much. I've looked at a lot of these cards, so I know the Promise goes for 5k in Hunter, for example, so I'm going to bid up to like 4.2, 4.3 or so to allow me to make a good amount of profit. That's something important. You want to bear all those types of things in mind there. But now, I have quite a long time to wait for all these cards. I don't have enough coins to bid or snipe and get any more cards, so I'm just going to leave these and hopefully we can get a few of them. You've already seen we've managed to pick up some of these cards over here. So we've got 4 cards listed on the market now, and that probably adds up to, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7k that we've spent on those. So we've got about 23,000 coins worth of players that we've bid on here. Hopefully I'll be able to sell them, obviously, for some more coins. But this is just kind of the process behind generally what happens in these types of trading videos: sniping and bidding with the Hunter Catalyst Shadow method. That's the main one I've been using, and I also use the right and left forward method too. But this video here, it was less about showing you guys the players. It's more about just kind of explaining the method, because it's something that I've had a lot of comments about. So explaining how I make the coins in these videos. So I will be back in the next episode with a typical process I show you of showing loads of players that I pick up over an amount of time. That's typically kind of like a couple of days. Here was more about just showing you exactly how to do the methods yourselves. I have done videos talking about these methods in the past, but a lot of you mustn't have seen them because I did have a lot of comments and questions about them. But this is the right and left forward method. There's actually a really good deal here for 200 coins that I'll pick up right now. And I know he's just a random bronze card, but even though he's a bronze card, he's had that position change applied to him, and the position changes to get someone to like a right or left forward fairly expensive. So I'll be able to sell him for probably like 700 coins though, and just make myself some very, very easy coins. I wasn't expecting to be able to get a player for 200 coins because I had very, very few coins left, but this one is basically exactly the same. Just go to right or left forward, get to a price where you've got a few cards on the market. So you can go to gold, and then just as I've already shown you, press compare price, press back. You can also bid on these cards. It really is as simple as that. But that's going to be the end of today's video. I'm not going to wait for all these cards to expire because that will take so long. You'll be able to see those in the next video. As I said, this video is more about explaining how to do these methods yourselves for those of you who've been asking. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys do enjoy checking out that gamers course as well. If you guys do want to get better at FIFA 19, thank you very much to them for sponsoring the video as well, because I'm going to Thailand next month and need the money. So those types of sponsored brand deal videos you'll probably see a few more of in the future on the channel over the next few weeks. Apologies if you don't like that kind of stuff, but I need to do that for now on the channel to help me out. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you later. Take care.